Hello and welcome to Games Jobs Live at Pocket Gamer Connects Digital. If this is your first Games Jobs Live event, I'm Colin McDonald. I've worked in the games industry for about 30 years now, and although I know some of the great companies that we've got presenting here today, there's others whose games I've played, but I know little about the studios, so I can't wait to hear from them and see more about how they work as studios rather than just playing their games. Games Jobs Live events make it easy for these great studios to connect with great talent, which is you. Some of you are already in the games industry, some are working in adjacent fields, some are looking to move into the industry for the first time. And it doesn't matter. These companies they're just looking for great people. So they're here to speak to you all, chat to you all, and then hopefully hear from you all in terms of getting you to apply. We've got an amazing selection of companies here today. Let me just bring up the companies that we're going to be hearing from. So thank you so much to these companies for getting involved. You'll be hearing from Axis Studios, Boss Bunny Games, Futureplay, Hutch, Huuge Games, Hypixel, Rovio, and Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. Brilliant selection of companies for us all to hear from later today. In order to squeeze everyone in, each company only has a couple of minutes to present, but it will give you a good flavour of them. And it's then up to you to follow up with the ones you're most interested in. For that, you want to be in the Discord. Now, unlike usual Games Jobs Live events, this isn't in the Games Jobs Live Discord, this is in the Pocket Gamer Connect Discord. So there's an invite URL, should have gone out in an email to everyone that's registered, but we've set up a redirect on our website. So if in a browser you go to pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live, that's pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live, that will take you to the right Discord page. We'll have that scrolling along the bottom of the screen the whole event, so that you know where to go to get into the Discord and chat to the companies. Once you're in there, as the screenshot shows, what you want to do is look for the Careers Week section, and then under that you'll see a channel for every single one of the companies that's presenting here today. So get on the Discord so that you can chat to the companies. Depending on timing, hopefully we'll have time for a couple of Q&As with each of the companies. So put in any general questions just in the YouTube chat, and I'll try and pick some of those out, and we'll put some of those to the companies as well. Each of the companies have people in the Discord to answer your questions. Don't give them any personal details. This is a public forum. Basically, the point of this is you watch the presentations here in the live stream, the ones you're interested in, you go into the Discord and chat with, and then the ones you like and would like to work for, put in your applications direct to them. I know a lot of people are watching this live right now, and that's how you're going to get the most out of this, because you can chat to the companies. They're all online in the Discord for the next 2 hours. But for anyone that's not able to watch this live, and I know there's always a whole bunch of people, this will be available on catch up. So feel free to forward this same YouTube link to anyone else that you think will enjoy it. If you're enjoying this, we do other events regularly. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And I'd just like to say thank you again to all the companies taking part today. Really appreciate your support that let us put this on. It'd be great hearing from them. And I'd also like to say thanks to Poppy, Sally, Lisa, Chris, and everyone else at Pocket Gamer Connects that has made this happen. There's been a lot of work gone in behind the scenes, so I hope everyone enjoys it. And without further ado, we'll just crack on. So our first company is a company that everyone knows very well, but perhaps didn't know about this particular office. So please let me bring in colleagues from Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. Hello.
Hey, Colin, how's it going? Hey, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Good to be here.
Great. I'll just hand over to you.
Thank you. All right. So I'll start. So first of all, it's an absolute pleasure to participate in Pocket Gamers Connect 2020. Welcome to Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. My name is Yannick Teller. I am the founder and managing director of the studio that I started nearly 9 years ago today. So to give you a little bit more information about the studio in Abu Dhabi. So since day one, our intention and our vision was to develop mobile free-to-play games. That's what we have done since the beginning. Now, in a matter of fact, we developed and acquired strong knowledge in mobile free-to-play games during these past, let's say, 8 years, because the first year was mainly to set up the infrastructure. What can I tell you as well that is important is that close to 50% of the employees that we have in the studio today have been here with us for 5 to 8 years. So it's a good pipeline for us to develop expertise and game, because for us the center of what we do here, of course, is developing games, but is developing the expertise of our people. That's very important for us. Today, we have close to 60 talented people working in Abu Dhabi with 27 different nationalities represented. So that's, you can imagine, it's a lot of different culture, it's a lot of different English accent, it's a lot of different ways to do things, to look at things. So some people always say it must be challenging, but I have to say that at the end of the day, it's a huge strength for us, because we have an amazing tank of creativity coming out of all our people. And of course, one of the questions that often people are asking me is, how can you make sure and ensure that all these 27 different nationalities can work together? Because for 60 people, 27 in average is 2 people per country. So that's something that we identified right at the beginning of the studio, and that's something that it's in the center of the strategy of Ubisoft Abu Dhabi, one of the pillars of the foundation. It's called the culture of the company and the values that we're abiding, all of us, and looking at and working around to make sure that we can develop. And that's one of the reasons why we could develop a successful studio. And that's the reason why we are speaking to you today as well, because we are expanding and we have a lot of open positions. But you may think, okay, but what Ubisoft Abu Dhabi did develop and what the studio is going to develop in the future. So that's going to be my colleague, Piyush Gulati, our production manager, who is going to explain you what we developed and what are our plans for the future. And after Piyush, Sean, our senior talent acquisition specialist, is going to tell you everything about what kind of positions are open in production, in marketing, and in lab ops, because we have a lot of things to do. And of course, to tell you what can we offer to bring more talent here. So that's my pleasure now to pass on to Piyush. Thank you very much, and look forward to speaking to you more after. Piyush?
Thank you, Yannick. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. As you all know, I'm Piyush. I'm production manager, but in key essence, my role here at Ubisoft Abu Dhabi is to deliver great games which attain customer and market success and can enrich the lives of our consumers for years. And we do that with the great teams we have. At this stage, we have 2 exciting projects that we're working on. The first one being Growtopia. It's a 2D sandbox MMO. Growtopia is a highly community engaged sandbox game, a sandbox game that lets you create what you want, how you want to interact with hundreds of systems within the game and be creative within the ecosystem. It's a true MMO because it is a single server connecting thousands of players at the same time together all across the world. A game which is filled with player-to-player interaction, trading within the players, a true platform for social interaction where you can be what you want to be. That's a project that we have been working for years, and soon we're going to celebrate the 8th year anniversary of the project coming this January, and we're very excited about it. Talking about another exciting project that we're working on at Ubisoft Abu Dhabi is a AAA mobile project. I'm sorry I can't share much details about the game since it's under development, but I'll try to see what I can give you a hint about. It's a unique brand. It's a unique mashup of war strategy and RPG genre. It's a new brand that we're creating at Abu Dhabi. The game thematics is set around a new world which is recently discovered, and a land of untamed wilds, terrifying beasts, and fantastic riches. You, as a mercenary, a company of mercenary, come to this new world to understand the nature and control it. It's a very ambitious project that we're working at. It's been close to 3 years we have been on this, and close to 50 people on the project at max time. And the game is going to hit the market with soft launch early next year. It has a vast collection of creatures and offers a very, very competitive gameplay. Now, all that cannot be done without talent on board, without having people who are ready for creating the next level challenge to learn new things. We are very excited about what we are building and the pace at which we are learning at Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. And to explain you more about the opportunities that we have and how you can be a part of the team, my colleague Sean will brief you more about it. Sean?
Perfect, thanks Piyush. So yeah, as mentioned, I'm Sean. I'm a Senior Talent Acquisition Specialist here at Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. I've been part of the team for 4 years. I've been loving every minute of it. Can't wait to get into that 5 to 8 year bracket Yannick mentioned. But also I'd love it if some of you watching this could come and join us. So you've heard a bit about the studio from Yannick. You've heard about the projects from Piyush. Let me just jump straight into some positions we have open. So if I go straight into programming, we're looking for gameplay programmers to join us. So we're working with Unity. So we're looking for Unity C# programmers across various levels, starting at intermediate, senior, and up to associate lead. So various different levels of experience there. We're also interested in speaking to programmers who code in C++. Now for that, you don't necessarily have to be working in mobile already. It can be across any platform. If you've worked on an online game, that would be particularly interesting. Moving on from programming, we are recruiting and marketing. So we're looking for a brand manager. Piyush mentioned this new brand we're working on. So this is a pretty unique and special, interesting position and a good time to join Ubisoft Abu Dhabi as a brand manager. Brand manager will involve user acquisition, influencer marketing, all things digital marketing on a AAA mobile scale. We're also looking for game designers. So if you're a game designer, you've worked in free-to-play, definitely check out our position. In live ops, we have various positions open as well. So we're looking for a community manager. We're looking for a social media content manager. We're looking for data analysts and product managers as well. So we're working on something special here. We'd love it if some of you could come and join us. Now, I appreciate Abu Dhabi may not have been on your radar. I know when I moved to this country 6 years ago, it wasn't on my radar, but here I am 6 years later. And the city combined with Ubisoft, it makes it really hard to leave. And this is almost home now. So there's a lot I'd love to tell you about Ubisoft and Abu Dhabi as a city. We don't have a lot of time, so I'll be on the Discord. I'd love to chat to some of you if you have any questions about our positions, about the studio, about life here, anything at all, about games. I will be on there. Just to let you know, so those positions I mentioned, they are quite experienced hires. We do hire interns. We don't have open positions right now, but our interns we like to take from local schools. We want to help grow the industry here as well and help the ecosystem. So we also provide full relocation, flights, visa, health insurance, yearly air ticket back home, accommodation gets you up and running when you get here. And that also extends to your family as well, if you have family that would join you. As Yannick said, we have 27 nationalities here. We've recruited people from all across the world, so we understand as well as expats what it's like to relocate. So we'll take care of all of that for you. But I'm not running short on time, So I'll put all this information in the Discord. Please do come catch me there. I'd love to chat with you. And that's it from me. Thanks very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sean. Great stuff, and right on time. Good work. Just to pick up a couple of questions that have come through. I know you touched on this in terms of looking for people at a graduate level coming from local schools, but we've got someone asking if the studio will be part of the Ubisoft graduate scheme in January.
Yes, so that is a specific scheme that is connected to more of the HD and those big projects. So we're not part of that specific scheme. We do recruit interns, as I mentioned, and you will see them advertised across all of our social pages, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, of course our website, and our handle is at Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. So as soon as we have an internship, we put it up there, and that's where we advertise them. It's not at set specific times of the year. Interns are really integrated in our project, and so it's all about when there's a good mentor for them, when there's good work for them to do on the projects and really make a difference as well. So not that specific program, but do keep an eye out on our pages.
Great stuff. Great. And you've got folk in the Discord at the moment, don't you? If anyone's got any follow-up questions.
Exactly. Jump on the Discord. I'll be there myself right after this as well. So our channel's there on the Discord, and we'll be there.
Perfect. Looking at other questions. So someone asking about Abu Dhabi. What's unique about Abu Dhabi? You've been there a number of years now. What's your favorite thing about Abu Dhabi?
What I love about Abu Dhabi is there's so many cultures, right? Like even here alone in Ubisoft Abu Dhabi, there's 27 nationalities, but the whole city is so multicultural. But there's also stuff that I'm used to at home. So I'm from Northern Ireland, and there's all the stores, the food, the culture I'm used to here. But there's all these other cultures that I've never experienced, Middle Eastern, more Asian. They're all catered for here. And that goes from your friendship group to stores to restaurants. So I can jump into all these different cultures, but if I ever want something a little bit from home, it's there as well. It's got great infrastructure, super safe city. All year sunshine is pretty good, especially someone from Northern Ireland. So a lot of cool things. Yeah.
It absolutely. As someone from Scotland, I can be very jealous of that. We've had a couple of questions. The obvious question at the moment, every time we do this, is always about COVID, working in the office, remote positions. So there's been a couple of questions about working remotely. What's your stance on that at the moment?
Yeah, maybe Yannick, do you want to take that one? If Yannick's still on, if you can pop him in the stream.
If I'm in. All right. Yes. So for the moment, for Abu Dhabi, I mean, we like the people to come here. There is a couple of things as well that we cannot do as well as a company for the moment. Having people working in another country in terms of taxes, in terms of organization, is not totally well set. So what we like now is to have people here. I mean, most of the people are in the studio. I mean, we have the whole capacity here. So we'll prefer to have people here for the moment.
Great. Okay, gents, really appreciate you getting involved today. That's been great finding out about what you're doing. It sounds like a fantastic studio, and the thought of working with so many different nationalities in itself is really fascinating. I hope everyone jumps onto the Discord and can chat to you more there.
Perfect. Thanks, Colin. Appreciate it. We're pleased to be part of it.
Perfect. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay, so the Discord link is scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Do jump on. If you punch in a web browser, pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live, it will take you there, because I'm not reading out the convoluted normal Discord invite with its capital letters and numbers. So do jump on to pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live and get into the Discord, where you can chat with Ubisoft Abu Dhabi and all the other companies that are coming up. So speaking of which, next up we have Kyle from Hypixel. Let me just bring in Kyle.
How's it going,
Hey,
Colin?
Kyle.
Well,
Very good, thank you. So this is a little bit strange doing an international event and getting two Irish accents back to back, but there we go.
Yeah, in a row. I was just admiring Sean's tan there. He's in a much warmer locale than I am. I'm still in Northern Ireland, so.
I'll just hand over to you.
Excellent. So just let me bring up my slides here. I suppose to start off with, unless you were very, very into Minecraft, you may not be familiar with the name Hypixel Studios. So on the first slide here, I've got a bit of a description. We grew from kind of the community around Minecraft modding, and we're responsible for the award-winning Hypixel server network. We have a number of world records around that. On the next slide here, it goes into a little more detail. So we started off building a server network around adventure mode, story-driven maps in Minecraft that eventually evolved into mini games. We recently hit 106,000 concurrent users, which was a new record for us. We were kind of thinking that it would be nicer to make something of our own. So we started development of Hytale in 2015 and formed a studio in 2018. Earlier this year, we were acquired by Riot Games, and we've just opened our headquarters studio in Northern Ireland here, which is going to house our operations and QA team. The rest of our developers are all remote and have been since we grew from Minecraft. So on the next slide here, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the game. Development of Hytale began in 2015 and was initially focused on the creation of an entirely new engine, as well as a tool set dedicated to serving the needs of both in-house development and our future content creators and our players. So the game's focused around three kind of pillars. We've got our story-driven adventure mode in there, which, whether it be a solo experience or a multiplayer experience, that's probably our largest team at the minute. We're hiring a lot of people for that team to fill kind of more senior roles. The other branch would be mini games, which obviously was our most popular feature of our Minecraft servers. We're in the process of fleshing out that team also, coders, artists. And the third branch would be our user-generated content. So we're planning on launching the Hytale Model Maker alongside the game. If you're interested in more, because screenshots and words can only say so much, be sure to check out the trailer. It's on Hytale YouTube. So just youtube.com/Hytale. Get a look at the trailer and sign up for the beta on our website. So to sum things up on the next slide, I think the easiest way to describe the game is as an evolution of the block game genre, meeting the world's most empowered gaming community. We're very player-driven at Hypixel. So with that being said, just want to talk a bit about what it's like to actually work at the studio. On the next slide there, I've got a couple of testimonials from some members of the team. It's definitely worth reading these. There's far more on our jobs page, hytale.com/jobs, so definitely get a good read at these. We're a very passionate group. We like to say that we never want Hypixel Studios to be the kind of place where you can't come and talk about your hobbies or you're embarrassed to. We're all really passionate about our work, but we're really passionate about our hobbies, and we think that those two things drive each other. So to round things up, what we can offer you as a candidate on the next slide there, a chance to work with an extremely motivated and passionate team. The chance to work on something as cool as Hytale. It's a really ambitious project. We want to revolutionize the block game genre. Opportunities to learn and grow professionally and personally. That's really important to us as well. We believe as a team, it's important that we help each other level up. And we're really into, finding passionate people who are maybe at the start of their journey, because so many of us have come from that background. Our team kind of ranges from people who came from the Minecraft community with no professional experience right up to, we like to call them grizzled industry vets with 15 years, 20 years experience. We can also provide a stable and secure work environment. We've got great leadership within the studio. It's very open communication with being a completely remote team, and that works on all levels. We also offer the ability to work remotely. Now, that's outside of COVID completely. Barring our operations team and our QA team, everyone else is remote. I think it's amazing now that this might be a good thing coming out of the whole coronavirus situation, is that companies might approach remote working with a bit more of an open view. We obviously see the value in it. It adds a lot to your quality of life. And to round things out, we also offer an employee benefits package, and that's to all our employees, no matter their location. We've got people all over Europe, Australia. Someone just joined us from Brazil. We've got people in both time zones in America, or all time zones in America. So just to cover our current opportunities on the next slide, these are available on hightail.com/jobs if you want to get a look. We are heading into heavy production on the game now, so there's going to be new roles popping up every couple of weeks, so this is worth checking out. A few I want to highlight there. Just we're really interested in speaking to someone with for our senior gameplay programmer role. We're looking for someone that's got about 5 years, at least 5 years industry experience, with 2 of that being senior, and who's touched on low-level engine programming before. We're also looking for a senior VFX artist. Now, when we say that, we're not talking kind of in the cinematic terms, but, you know, particle effects and that for in-game. We're looking for someone who can adapt our art style really well and who obviously loves this type of art style. A couple of roles that aren't listed there that we're still interested in hearing candidates from. Anyone with any experience in InfoSec or anti-cheat, and anyone with industry QA experience who would be interested in relocating to Northern Ireland. And we also supply a relocation package for the eventuality of that. We've actually had a new role just go up today too that's not on this for a producer. So be sure to check that out again. So that's it. I look forward to talking to you in the Discord. If you've got any questions, hit myself or my colleague Holly up.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Kyle. I used to be a producer. Your game looks quite cool. Oh,
Give me your CV, Colin.
Do you take old, cynical Scottish folk?
Send it over.
Great stuff. What because I had a look at the trailer you mentioned on YouTube, and was it how many views was it? It was some incredible number.
We had 57 million there.
I mean, what is it you think that's captured people's imagination so much?
I think for me, it's just the possibilities, you know, and the fact that this is the kind of game that can cater to so many different player types. Because, you know, everyone plays games differently. You've got social players, you've got, you know, standard, you know, like PvP people who are into role play. So it caters for everything. And just the fact that you're going to be able to do pretty much anything in the game at the end of it.
Yeah, it certainly has caught the imagination. A few questions coming in. Just having a look. So one from Emily here asking about junior roles. Obviously, you're looking for experienced people at the moment. Do you have junior positions coming up at all?
We should do. So we love adding people, as I said, who are at the start of their journey to the team. And we love finding people who are that passionate, you know, before they've actually got into the industry. So at the minute, we're trying to fill out the team with a bit of experience so that we can support juniors. You know, we don't want to bring anybody in where we can't give them an environment where they're able to obviously grow into the role, you know. So yes, the short answer is yes.
Brilliant. And then around your remote, because you're quite unique in terms of your remoteness, and I noticed your QA positions where you were looking for people to relocate to Northern Ireland, but people are asking the other positions, are they fully remote, or you hoping people will relocate?
All the other positions are remote. There's the option there if anybody does want to relocate to Northern Ireland, you know, that's always open if they would like to, but there's no onus to relocate for any of the dev positions. It's just our operations teams, the business side of things, and our QA team that are Northern Irish based. We use a combination of Slack and TS as kind of our office. So everyone's on TeamSpeak during the day and communicating via Slack.
Great. And then a question on following up on the remote. Will you take applications from anywhere? Is there any tax or legal implications?
Absolutely. Nope. Apply from anywhere. We welcome all nationalities, cultures, everything, anyone from around the world. I love speaking to people from like the other side of the world. One of our animators is from Australia. So in the morning when I'm coming on, he's usually going to sleep. Good to get a catch up.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, Kyle. You're in the Discord?
Yeah, myself and Holly are in there if anybody has any other questions.
Great. So if you're not already in the Discord, In a browser, punch in pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. That's pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. It's scrolling along the bottom of the screen throughout this entire live stream. Get on there, chat to Kyle and Holly from Hypixel, chat to all the other companies we've got today, and see who tickles your fancy. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll chat to you in the
Colin. Excellent.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye. Excellent. Wow. That's absolutely a game I want to play. Very jealous of everyone that's getting to work on that. Okay. We have another company whose games I have played, but I'm desperate to know more about them. So let me bring in Futureplay from Finland. We've got Chris from Futureplay. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Colin. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Good. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Very good.
In Helsinki, aren't you?
Yes, in Helsinki, all cozied up in our bedroom. So, I mean, we're heading into the depths of the winter darkness here and the night. So, yeah, hopefully, excuse the less professional setup. We've got some work to do to get to Ubisoft level, I think.
Yeah, everyone's been improvising these last few months, haven't they? So,
yeah.
On that, I'll just hand over to you, Chris.
Cool. Thanks, Colin. Yeah, so I'm Chris, Futureplay on the marketing side. Let me just bring up my slides here. And as kind of briefly just touched upon there, we're in Finland. I'm a native Brit myself. I'm from Birmingham, England. If anyone's seen Peaky Blinders, then you might recognize the accent. If not, then I won't hold it against you. But yeah, a little bit about Futureplay. We've been going since 2015, so coming on 5 years now. We like to do things really quickly. So we launched our first game within 6 months of starting up. That was Idle Farming Empire, which you might be aware of. It's one of the flagship Idle games on the App Store. And then Idle Farming Empire really propelled us into an opportunity to build a portfolio of Idle games. So from there, we expanded into Idle City Empire, Idle Crafting Empire, Idle Tuber Empire. And we had a lot of fun developing those. They provided a really solid foundation for the company, but we wanted to create something bigger a couple of years ago, and that was when we landed on Battlelands Royale. Battlelands Royale has a super active community. I mean, we have a Discord community of 150,000 members, tens and tens of millions of players all over the world, and it was nominated and named one of Google Play's games of 2018 as well. That takes us up to earlier on this year, and from there we really wanted to level up the kind of games that we were creating. We had a lot of experience around the idle game scene and the idle game genre, and then Battlelands Royale and the battle royale genre. But we'd always been harboring a burning ambition to create a match 3 puzzle game, and then Merge Gardens was born. So I'll touch upon that in a second, like after giving an overview of the company. But Merge Gardens is really scaling up, and we're looking for somebody to come and help us out on the marketing, and specifically marketing art side there. So I'll tell you a little bit more about our company, and then a little bit about the role, and you can see if it tickles your fancy and ask me any questions afterwards. But yeah, as I mentioned, we're in Finland. We're 35 people. We've hit revenues of $35 million since founding. We've had 6 games launched so far, but yeah, in order to make an omelette, you need to break a few eggs along the way, right? So we have fortunately lost 4 games on the way, but one of our mottos and kind of one of our values that we live by is we work quickly, we work fast, we fail even faster, and we pick up the pieces and we go again. So that's really helped us get to the stage where we are now with Merge Gardens, which looks set to become a global hit. We've had almost 130 million lifetime installs since we started, and a whopping 3 billion ads watched as well from our whole portfolio. A little bit about our values as well before we dive into the role a little bit and the kind of person that we're looking for. But our values, first and foremost, is what drive us as a company. I mean, I think first of all, we look for people, and if we've got the right people, then we really believe that the right products can be made out of that, and the processes and profit and the whole business comes next. So first and foremost, we're all about the people, and that means we've got a super flat hierarchy. We kind of resent middle management in a way that a few of us have come from more traditional corporate backgrounds, particularly the guys who founded the company, and have seen how they like things to be done, and how they won't want things to be done. So that means we've scrapped the middle management and come in and said to people, you're good at your job, you do what it is that you think that you want to do, explain to us why you're doing it, and we give you the benefit of the doubt and roll with it. And means that everybody really has a big responsibility in the company as well. There's no kind of hiding away in the corner from anything. Like we're really looking for people who can come into the company, take the bull by the horns, get their hands dirty with all aspects of game development. I mean, I'm on the marketing side, but since I started out at Futureplay, I've really touched upon like quite a lot of different elements of the business in the past couple of years. So the right person can come in and affect lots of different areas. And yeah, we're super big on work-life balance as well. So I mean, there's more to life than work. We want to make work as fun as possible, and everybody on that team really enjoys what they do. But we fully understand that there's more to life outside of work as well. So if we were to sum the culture up in one word, it's a flat hierarchy or one sentence, it's a flat hierarchy with no middle management. And this leads quite nicely onto what we're looking for now on the marketing artist side. We have got a small marketing team, which consists of myself, community manager, stroke social, and then marketing artist, stroke video editor, and user acquisition and player support as well. We all kind of jump across different functions and can do different things on the marketing side, but what we're really missing that is going to take Merge Gardens to the next level is somebody who has a real hand for creating awesome marketing art. So we're looking for somebody who has a real eye for being able to see what sells, essentially, being able to transmit their ideas down into beautiful pieces of art. And recomposite existing pieces to be used across lots of different formats, whether it's on storefronts, on social media, across user acquisition, creating art for in-game itself. We work super closely with the game teams. So we're constantly collaborating between the marketing and game side there. And as I touched upon earlier, we really want someone who can come in, take the ball by the horns, spot a super impressive user acquisition creative, and create that internally super fast, push it out, help grow the game even further. And it's a bonus if you can do video too. So I'll post a link on our Discord channel. Do pop into Discord and ask me any questions if you've got any. And yeah, we'd love to meet you guys and chat more about this role in the company in general soon. So thanks a lot for that. And Colin, yeah, I don't know if there have been any questions coming in. Or...
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with a few for you. Don't worry.
Cool stuff.
That was great. Thank you very much. And yeah, I've certainly played several of your idle games. So thank you for the days and weeks I've lost to them. Various questions coming in. Probably one of the common ones we'll get, because this is quite an international event, is about people working overseas. So, for example, there's a question here about visa sponsorship. I guess that's a question both in general and about more junior level positions. What's your approach on those?
Yeah, we do certainly provide support packages to help people relocate. I think at the moment, maybe this is kind of more applicable to the kind of level for the role that we're looking for. This kind of role isn't really a strictly junior role or entry level role. We're more looking for somebody who's got a couple of years experience, not necessarily in the games industry, could be in another industry where they've perhaps been doing something like, I don't know, fashion design or something that involves communicating products visually to the mass market. That's the kind of experience that we're looking for. And then I think once we've been able to build out the company and the infrastructure in a similar way to the previous talk, that's when we know we can have more junior people come in that we can support and help them to achieve their full potential too.
Great. And again, this probably isn't a question for this position, but just more for the future. For other positions, what engine and what software experience, what packages are you looking for people to have?
So we build all of our games in Unity. gonna try and pretend I know what I'm talking about here, because quite a lot of this is like a different language to me. But yeah, we're building them in Unity, and the coding language we mainly use is C#, I believe.
That's a language. Yeah.
Is that one? Let's just say Unity.
No, fair enough. And we've got a question about audio. Again, this is not for now, I guess. But in general, how do you handle audio?
Yeah, that's an interesting question that kind of varies case by case. So we do work with contractors who we can send specs to regarding the audio jobs that might be coming up. We've also got like a small in-house studio ourselves as well. So if it's just a case of getting some audio done for a quick video, and we might be capable of doing that ourselves, then we can do that. Interestingly, the theme tune for Battlelands Royale was written and composed by one of the programmers on Battlelands Royale, and recorded by him as well. So that is totally Futureplay, and yeah, kudos to our programmer Basso for that.
Some people are just too talented, aren't they? It's really annoying.
Yeah. Definitely.
Brilliant. And then just a final question for me. We've got a range of companies from all over the place. I've got a real soft spot for Helsinki. I've been a number of times because of Pocket Gamer Connects. But speaking personally, what do you like about Helsinki?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think probably like a lot of people watching, it had never really appeared to me or occurred to me as somewhere that I would want to kind of live and set up a life until I'd started working at Futureplay. And then there's only 35 people in the office, but I think we must have 15 or so different nationalities. It's a super international working culture. The working language is English. That people can kind of cope with my very limited Finnish. Everybody in town speaks English. People are super friendly. The food's great. The quality of life is really good. The infrastructure and the social services are really solid as well. So I could certainly recommend it compared to England at the moment, at least anyway.
Brilliant. Okay, Chris, thank you so much for joining us. You'll be in the Discord?
Yes.
Great. So if anyone's not on the Discord already, jump on in a browser, go to pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. Sorry, I keep repeating it, but we've always got people joining, and it's the most common question we get in the comments thread. So get into the Discord, chat to Chris, ask anything you like about working at Futureplay, and you'll be there for the next hour or so to answer all the questions.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Colin.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us. Great. Cheers, Chris. Bye for now.
Bye.
Excellent. Okay, before we bring on our next speaker, we will just change our logos over. So I'm delighted that our next speaker is coming from Huuge Games. So this is Janina. Let me see if I can bring Janina in. This one. Perfect. Hey, Janina. How are you?
Hey, great. And you?
Very good. Thank you. I'll just leave everyone in your capable hands.
Okay, so I need to share my slides. 1 second. Something's not working for me. Yeah. Can you please present it? Yeah. Is it visible? You can see it. Yeah. So I am going to talk about Huuge Games. It's one of the hugest games, not only because of name, but also because of the ambitions and plans. We are a global company. We have 12 offices worldwide across the globe. We have 24 cultures and nationalities, over 600 people in our headcount, and 1.5 million of daily active users. You can see our ambitions and plans realization because we experienced hyper growth recently, started from 80 people in 2015, and now we have more than 600, and it's not the end. We keep hiring people because we have a lot of products, a lot of potentials for newcomers, juniors, seniors, middles, doesn't matter. The mission of the company is to empower billions of people to play together. It's not only the missions and the word, it's also the principles and the rules that we use. We are not only playing together, we're working together and playing together at the same time, and we would like to transform mobile gaming into massively social experience. The same we are doing at work. So if you look at the product portfolio that we are focusing on casual games, social casino games, evergreen games, and if you will search for like Huuge Games in Google, for example, you will see the most successful at this time game that was done by Huuge. It's Social Casino, Huuge Casino, Billionaire Casino, but also you will also find a lot of different genres games, and one of the games is produced here in Kiev, as I'm located in Kiev. It's called Bingo. In our daily routine as a recruitment team, we're searching for people who actually makes the games in our company. Those are C++, Unity, Lua, Java, Python, Node.js, Angular, C#, .NET, JavaScript, React, TypeScript, Bash, and also will emphasize about particularly my team because it's kind of one thing that we are creative in. We use a NIM technology, which is new. We also hiring quality assurance specialists, both manual and automated, focused on the mobile. We have super talented and searching for more talented experts in graphics and design, focusing on 2D, 3D, VFX, UI, UX, graphic design that supports marketing team. Most recently, we are looking for big data and machine learning team members because we would like to have team data-driven decisions. That everything supports the cooperation and the discussions with our players. We're searching for player services, product managers, product owners, game economists, marketing team, and the last but not the least, supporting teams, which is HR, PR, and communication, finance, legal, administration, IT, and security. 82% out of Huuge Games would recommend Huuge Games as an employer. We just recently conducted the survey, and we can say this data is proved by the data. Originally, we have really long list of benefits and compensation that we can provide. You can see it in the slide, or you can go to the website and check the benefits that we can provide. But we are constantly looking for something new to support our team, especially during the COVID. So depends on the location. You will probably find some differences, but if you have some questions, please let me know, and I will answer you about anything in any location. We are looking for juniors quite often, but mostly seniors and middle specialists. So have I done in time, Colin?
Absolutely, you're ahead of time. Sorry, you caught me right there. I was
Sorry,
busy.
I haven't seen the timer, so I so.
No, you spoke impressively fast.
I can do it even better.
If anyone wants to rewatch this, because there was a lot of information on the slides there, all this is up on YouTube, so you can rewatch Yanina's talk or any of the others as well at the same link on YouTube. You've caught me on the hop in terms of getting questions from the chat. So shout if there's any questions to come in. But I mean, in spite of the name,
yeah,
being huge, it was a company I didn't really know much about. But you are huge in every sense in terms of the number of users, the size of your team.
Yes, because sorry for interrupting you. Yes, because probably it was this hyper growth that I mentioned, because we started from like a small team several years ago, and the product that we launched was so successful that we started to do more and hire more and develop more. And now we have a brilliant team with different nationalities, different cultures, working together in one office. If we're talking about the culture, the differences in the language, I can say that, for example, in Berlin, we have like the best example of mixed cultures. We have a wide range of cultures that relocated from different countries to Berlin and working together as a team, which is really fantastic to observe.
And then just for clarity, I see some questions again about remote, which comes up all the time at the moment, given the current situation. So do you have any roles that are fully remote?
I wouldn't say that we have this open position that are fully remote. We probably kind of, these times are really changing. So we are changing according to the situation. We probably can consider this opportunity, but in the perfect world, we would like to work together and play together as a team, as I mentioned, because social aspect is very important for us. But still, I cannot tell that this is the end and that's all.
And then talking about playing together, I mean, that's one of the best part of working in games. We're working on something we love. We like our colleagues. We respect our colleagues, and we want to have fun with them. What sort of things do the Huuge Games staff do for fun?
We play all the computer games in the office. We can make tournaments. We all have the PCs and consoles and everything related to that. What is really good, not related directly to fun, but still we have a huge academy event, which is really great to build awareness about what company is doing, what other studios is doing, because, for example, people located in Kiev cannot be aware about the product that is doing in Berlin. And this is a type of event when we are building the awareness of the company as a big team, how we're working, how we are cooperating, what are the fantastic results that we can be proud of. Because during this event, we are sitting together, having some lunch, maybe beer, maybe some snacks, something like that, and watching similar presentation. Actually, this year it was online because of COVID. Last year it was the impressive event done face-to-face, a lot of people at the same place, doing everything, including summer party. But it is not really, kind of sounds like not really fun event, but in real life, it's really fun to understand that your colleague from other office has done this amazing new product.
Absolutely. And again, with such an international workforce in different offices dotted around the place, what's the working language? How does everyone communicate?
English is, I would say that this is the one of the requests and one of the demand that we would like to have in the portfolio or CV, because it's really important. For example, if I will talk about Kiev office, part of our team located in Kiev, part of our team located in Tel Aviv. So we're having daily meetings, communicating, writing, talking. So it's quite important. I cannot say that we are really asking for perfect English, but intermediate and on the level that we can understand each other.
Okay, and then we have maybe a personal question. What do you like about working at Huuge, and also what's the gender balance like there?
Good question. A gender balance probably, as every company, IT company, experience man privilege on the women, but still we're working on it. In Ukraine, there is a lot of groups and societies and networks like Women in Tech, something like Django from Python, Django moms, something like that. So we are trying to hire women, but to tell you the truth, that man is privileged. They have a higher percentage. What I'm liking to work in Huuge. I like my colleagues. I like people. I see the results of my work by doing my team maybe happy, they have all the conditions they need, they have all the sources they need, they can speak openly, they can have transparent culture. So this is probably the one thing or several things I like to work in Huuge.
Great. And then just one final question from Hugo. For the roles that aren't remote, do you have relocation?
Yes, sure. We have relocation. We have this possibility in each office. As I mentioned, Berlin is the brightest example for that, but we have a lot of people who relocated from Ukraine or India. I know the examples in Poland. So yes, and recently we have opened the offices in Helsinki, Netherlands. So yeah, we have this opportunity and we support all the steps that needed to be done for relocation.
Great. Okay. Well, I hope everyone's found that interesting. You're in the Discord if people want to chat to you more.
Yeah, sure.
Great. So if you're not on the Discord, sorry for repeating it again, but jump on to pocketgamer.gamesjobs games.live. We've got Yanina and everyone from all the other companies on there at the moment. I think I've seen a comment in one of the chats that by default some people aren't seeing all of the channels. I've lost the comment, but basically you need to choose a role in the Discord if you're not seeing some of the channels. So go up to the select role channel, and you should then be able to see the Huuge channel and Ubisoft and everyone else that's spoken today. So Yanina, thank you so much for joining us. We'll look forward to chatting to you in the Discord, and hope you get lots of great applications from this. Great, thank you. Goodbye. Okay, great. Wow, I'm blown away by the range of sort of the international aspect that we've got from all the different companies. It's a little bit depressing that they all have to speak English, it seems, as a working language. Handy for me being lazy and not speaking anything else, but a great opportunity if anyone wants to practice their Finnish or Arabic or German, working in some of these studios as well. Okay, so moving on, we have another organization now. We have an organization called Into Games. So they're not a game studio that's recruiting, but they do have something very interesting to say. So let me just bring in Declan from Into Games.
Hey Colin,
Declan.
how you doing?
Nice to see you again. You've joined us a couple of times already.
But I'm a regular. I love Game Jobs Live. So good.
But what you do is fantastic, and what you're looking for at the moment, I think, is really interesting. So can I just leave it with you?
Yeah, sure, cool. I'm only going to be a minute, so I won't take too long. I won't interrupt the flow of all these fantastic game studios. But yeah, I'm from Into Games, so we're a non-profit organization dedicated to helping anyone find a rewarding career in the game sector. You can find out more about us at intogames.org. That's INTO-games.org, or head over to our Twitter account, which is always fun and exciting, over at Into Games HQ. We've got one of the largest collections of careers and educational pathway information available anywhere online where it comes to kind of mapping out different roles in the sector. So it's a really, really fantastic resource for you to use. I'm just here briefly to talk about our mentorship program specifically. So if you're UK based, over 16 and looking to improve your employability skills, you can get connected directly to someone from some of the big studios like Creative Assembly, Sega, Jagex, Sumo Digital, Codemasters, loads of others, completely for free. Our mentorship program uses the digital comms tool Slack to connect you directly to a mentor, no matter your geography. So you can be living away from one of the big city centers with all the big studios in the middle of the countryside, and it doesn't matter. We can connect you to someone directly into the sector. And it's great for living through a pandemic because it means you don't have to meet someone face to face. You can also do this all in your own time as well. So it's really easy to just ask questions online, get answers back. And it takes only 5 minutes to apply. It's been incredibly successful in helping people secure roles, build up their confidence, and kind of get the right skills they need for getting either a junior role, or if you're even in another sector and you're looking to move over into games, it's a really good way of kind of, building up your confidence and understanding what that sector might look like. We're also looking for mentors as well still. So we have over 150 mentors and mentee relationships active, but we're always looking for more because we've got loads and loads of fantastic mentees looking for mentors too. So if you're already in the industry and you'd like to support others to come into the sector, then please, come and check us out as well. So you can find out more information about either of these things at intogames.org/mentorship. If you need any more information, I'll be over in the Discord to answer any questions. And thank you very much for listening.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us again, Declan. We'll hopefully see you again. Cheers. All right. And then just on getting into the Discord and seeing all the companies, just a reminder, you need to go into the role requests channel. So thank you for helping out there. If you're not seeing all the companies, go into the role requests channel. Okay, moving swiftly along. We have another international company. So I'm delighted to say that we have Boss Bunny Games now. So if I just bring in Annabelle and Chinmay. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So you're a little bit later in the day than us, so it's a little bit darker there.
Just 10:30 p.m. out here. It's okay.
It's the middle of the night. So thank you so much for staying up and doing this so late. I'll just hand over to you and let you get on with it.
All right, guys, I'm going to present a few slides. I'm going to open up, and then the wonderful Chinmay is going to take over with regards to his role at Boss Bunny and the roles that we've got currently open. So let's see if I can get these slides up. Okay, can everybody see this? Okay, can you guys all see it?
Oh no, you had it up, but it's gone back to the connection. That? Yeah, if you just full screen on that, you'll be okay.
Brilliant. All right, guys. So I'm going to briefly just go into what Boss Bunny Games is about. We're a really strong team of regional and global video game development and publishing specialists who are and will continue to contribute to the ever-growing GCC and MENA mobile games industry. Our studio is spearheaded by a formidable lady, chairwoman and founder, Aziza Al-Amadi, and also our wonderful and amazing and highly experienced CEO, co-founder, Geraint Bungay. We've got a really clear strategy to build our own internal development teams and support the local mobile games ecosystem. And we also want to use this to scale up dedicated industry employment infrastructure, supporting hyper-casual, mid-core and premium product genres, partnering not just with our own IP, but with some really well-loved local IP holders. So I'll hold fire on that. We've got some big announcements to come soon over the coming weeks, so stay tuned, everybody. Over the course of the next 12 months, Boss Bunny will look to enter both the US and European markets. So we want to scale up with our engagement with our players, and also be part of that more global platform, delivering great games to players that will come back and know that they're playing with a brand that they can trust. And that will be through Boss Bunny. Okay, so just to give you guys an idea of the kind of caliber that we have within the team and some of the companies that we've worked with. We've got people that have been at King, at Gameloft, have worked with Activision, Disney, Pixar, EA, Supermassive Games, Fujitsu, Sega, Capcom, Mega Zembra, Inspired, Man United, WB Games, Nickelodeon and BT, which leads me very nicely to hand over to Chinmay, who's recently joined us from Zynga, an ex-producer at Zynga on Farmville 2. So I'll happily leave the next slides in your hands, Chinmay.
Thank you, Bells. So,
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day you're in. I'm Chinmay Purohit, senior producer at Boss Bunny Games. I'm from Zynga. I worked on Farm 2. Prior to that, I was in the States, worked on a bunch of games, video gaming technologies. I was the project manager, worked on a bunch of land-based and mobile casino games, the slots machines industry, worked in QA, worked on Killer Instinct Season 3, Dying Light, which was just crazy, and then eventually The Witcher 3, which went on to win Game of the Year. So, I'm that seasoned producer who's paid his dues and now got to this point. And luckily, I'm blessed enough to, get this opportunity to be here and help Boss Bunny grow and, take care of the upcoming development studio that we've got. So we have a bunch of openings, and that's what, we are looking to find people for. And that's so the most so here is the list of our openings with the primary focus on the development lead or development manager or tech lead. Different nomenclatures across the industry. There's nothing standard. So that we're looking for an art manager as well and for lead game designer. Now these people will get an amazing opportunity to report to me. I mean, I'm not bragging, but I've got really great hair, so that would be fun. Plus, at the same time, you get a chance to create your own team and work with an organization which is, just going to grow. And trust me when I say this company is going to grow, and it's going to grow great to great lengths. So you get a chance to, work with me, work with Jay, Bells, an amazing group of people, super duper talented, and make your own teams. Having said that, we got a bunch of other openings as well, from entry level to senior level, whatever it is. Feel free to apply. We do support remote working very initially, but UAE again with the COVID situation being taken care over there, we would expect the people to go to UAE eventually. I mean, I will be next month. So for the right candidates, we sponsor the visa and relocation for the right candidates, not for everyone. So yeah, man, this is a great opportunity for you all to be a part of something which is grow up and be one of the biggest companies in the world. I'm very confident about that, and I'm very optimistic. So yeah, please send in your CVs, work, portfolios, cover letters, etc. to careers@bossmoney.com. Find us on LinkedIn as well. I'm pretty active over there. And brownie points for you if you all can talk trash about cricket, because I love cricket, the sport, not the mobile network. So yeah, that's all I had from my end.
Great, thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you, Annabelle. Yeah, I can't boast the same of having such good hair, I'm afraid. So I think
we got to give it to him.
I think I'm out of the picture for a job, but we've got lots of other people that I think are better suited. So just looking at the chat, we've got a question here from someone that I know took part in the game jam that we did a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of work are you looking for in a portfolio for a 3D artist?
Well, a 3D artist, I believe anyone who's proactive, particularly proactive, because again, I do not want someone who's worked on a Game of Thrones. Obviously, we would love to have someone like that on our team, but as of now, we are trying to concentrate on casual, hyper casual, and mid-core games. So someone who's more proactive can make those changes eventually on the go. We are a very agile team, so we would require someone who can be a master of all, a jack of all trades kind of a person. So if need be, a little bit of animation, if the person is that's not a necessity, but if someone knows a little bit about animation or just helping us out with these things, that would be a great addition to our team.
Great. And just in terms of location, you're Dubai, is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
And do you have people working remotely?
Hi. So yes, we do.
Yeah,
we do but
we do at the moment with Chinmay. Chinmay's moving over 11th of December, I believe,
exactly
is the big date. Yeah, so that's the birthday of our CEO as well, G. I'm just putting it out there, G. I know you're watching.
I am his gift.
Yeah, we do at the moment. We have people working remotely. Listen, as Chinmay said, there is a global pandemic to consider. The right person will eventually move to UAE, person plural, persons. And we take this very seriously. But we have a full relocation package. We will support the right move for the right person, and that right person will really enjoy coming to a company that is Boss Bunny. It'll be worth it.
Great. And then just a personal question, I guess, in terms of for fun, what do you do for fun?
Well, I show off. I just talk about my hair. We got a couple of people who are not blessed. I mean, I just ask them where they stop when they wash their faces. But yeah, jokes apart, there's so much to do. But we got a great foosball table. We got all the entertainment. It's a typical game design studio, a game development studio. That's what we got down there in Dubai. The kind of toys and merchandise which we have, and I've just seen these photos. And I just can't wait to get there and get my hands on those things, because I am a huge collector of those, wobble heads and stuff like that. And our studio is full of it. And our boss, G, he is, very enthusiastic about these things as well. So it's a very fun environment. And, again, I've been just working remotely. My connection to them is just through the mobile, through the computer screen. But yeah, all the meetings have been fun, man. I mean, it's a very chilled out environment. All of us want to grow together. That's the thing. We are driven by that passion, and we've got that infectious energy around ourselves. That okay, come on, we got to do this. And yeah, it's fun. I mean, just working is fun in general. You're making video games, so I mean, there's not much to complain, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Listen, Colin, the atmosphere in the office, obviously I can vouch for it every day. It's extremely hardworking, but it's because everybody wants it to be. And I think the nicest thing about it is both Aziza and G have a very strong belief to take us out of being in that environment where everyone's work. We need time to be together. Without that, it's not even stress, but without the workload, so that we have fresher brains, we can look at things with different eyes. We just look out for each other. There's also too much chocolate in the office. I would say that 100%. We just had a fabulous neon sign put in, so it's the Eternal nightclub. But it's such a great environment, and kudos to everybody as part of the team that's made it that environment, because everybody wants to be there and everyone has passion. So it's infectious, isn't that right, Chinmay?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the kind of environment you want to be in. You want to have fun. You want to make video games for a living, and you want to have fun while doing that. You're not making the COVID vaccine, luckily, and we shouldn't be, because we're not that talented. But you're making video games, and we're bloody good at it, right? So we have fun while doing that, because this is not a job; this is a career for us.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great to hear. Yeah, so I hope you get chatting to lots of people. I know we've got a lot of really talented people. So do jump on. You're sitting in the Discord just now, aren't you?
Yeah, and also, Colin, sorry, just to point out, if anybody that's in the Discord, Chinmay is going to pick up some of the questions related to the roles. But there's also the intern option. So we're very open to taking in interns to give them a chance to learn coding, development, bring them in-house. Let's see what these people can do. If that's the career they want, let us support them. So we're very, very open to internship.
Great. That's
and
brilliant.
just one last quick thing. We are in UAE, and there are no taxes. And as an Indian, I'm cheap. So that was just enough for me to just say yes to the job. So.
Yeah, but you haven't seen the water bills. Not yet.
Pros and cons.
I don't shower.
Pros and cons. Great. Okay, everyone, jump into the Discord to chat to Chinmay and Annabelle, find out more about Boss Bunny Games. Thank you so much for joining us, both of you.
Thanks for having us, Colin. Really enjoyed it.
Great. Okay, do jump on the Discord. If you're not on already, go to pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. That's pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. Chat to Annabelle and Chinmay from Boss Bunny Games. Chat to Hutch that we've got coming up just now, and all the other companies that have been presenting. They're here. They've carved out a couple of hours just to speak to you. So jump on and ask anything you want. So moving on, speaking of Hutch, let me bring in Dan from Hutch. Hey, Dan.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Indeed we can.
Nice.
I'll just hand over to you, Dan.
Okay, cool, yes, thank you. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm going to explain a little bit about who Hutch are, try to give some insights into, I guess, our products and our culture. And then I intend to stay on Discord for most of the evening, and an open invite, really. I'm curious and keen, actually, to answer most people's questions, whether it be something related to a Hutch role or just a way that my experience in games can at least provide some insights for job seekers looking to break into the industry. So please feel free to take me up on that. But yeah, so Hutch, we're a mobile free-to-play game developer. We were actually founded in 2011, and the story of kind of our co-founders was really I guess it was a familiar tale of people, very experienced people from the development world, feeling the frustrations that kind of came with the AAA games industry, long hours, cancelled projects, not necessarily a lot to show for a lot of great work and skill that went in. So they kind of formed Hutch as an outlet, really, an opportunity to kind of work as a smaller team and ship games to players to keep better control over, inevitably creative output, but also work-life balance. And that's what the company has done ever since. So since 2011, Hutch have actually launched 11 games. And we're now kind of actually just over 105 people and growing. We've got a range of roles available at the moment. But in spite of the kind of the growth of which a lot of success has come our way in recent years, we've really kind of been very key keen to focus on those early values and not lose sight of the fact that we really want to create a place which is mindful of well-being, both mental and physical, as well as work-life balance. And we really put a lot of onus and focus on people first, both career growth and those well-being matters that I said. The locations of the studio, so we're around 105 people. Around 90% of those are in London, our London headquarters, but we do have small locations in Dundee, primarily focused on marketing, both user acquisition and marketing art, as well as in Canada, specifically Mahone Bay, which is home to a very talented tools and technology team. And yeah, I mentioned we've been established since 2011, and we're in a situation now where we've just enjoyed our most successful year yet. We're profitable thanks to the growth in our live products, 80 million run rate per year. I stole from a recent podcast from our COO to kind of quote that number. So it's been a really exciting time. And whilst we started with fairly humble beginnings, when you ask us the ambitions of the company now, we're focused on redefining racing games for mobile. So we have a really exciting vision, which we're particularly passionate about bringing to fruition. And in addition, recently we've been recognized as a best place to work within the industry. So we hope that that's another sign that the fruits of our labor are starting to pay off. Specifically, we have 3 live games. We've got Top Drives, which is a strategic card collection game with over 2,000 licensed cars, and it's kind of inspired by Top Trumps. So it's a game which really has great player engagement. We have F1 Manager, which is a real-time multiplayer strategy game where you can create your own F1 teams and compete with players around the world. And yeah, F1 as a sport is extremely popular, and we're very pleased with the kind of engagement from the fans and players of that one. And Rebel Racing, which is a drift racing game with great graphics. It involves street racing and realistic physics, as well as great licensed vehicles. So I'd like to highlight and we actually have an additional game in soft launch and another game in early stages. So inevitably, we do focus on the racing genre as such. All of our games feature car, automotive, and racing content. But hopefully, just by checking out those or hearing those brief descriptions, you'll hear and see that there's quite a wide range of game mechanics, styles, target audience. There's a lot of variety within both our past products and our current live products. And I already mentioned, as a recruitment team, we've been kept quite busy recently. We actually have live roles across product, server and client development. UI art has been a big focus of mine, along with product in the last couple of weeks. In line with the kind of growth of our games, we're growing our user acquisition management team as well as marketing art. And in recent weeks, we've started to kind of really ramp up our search for a number of game analysts as well. So there's a wide range of really cool positions and ongoing conversations about new potential roles as well, given the recent successes that we're enjoying and the roadmap and future that we're predicting. So that was everything that I prepared to say, just to give an overview of Hutch. I do have some further links that I'm going to post in our Discord channel, just to kind of point people to some further materials. We've got some great videos on our website, as well as podcasts and presentations from our CEO and COO, who are far more articulate than me, describing a bit more about who we are. But yeah, I really do believe it's an exciting time to come and consider joining Hutch, and been an exciting time for the company in general.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Dan. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing your games for years, because to me, Hutch was really one of the first companies that it wasn't the first company to bring driving games to mobile, but it was the first one to bring them sort of customized to mobile. It was the first ones that felt like they were designed specifically for a touch interface, and that just put them head and shoulders above the competition at the time, I think. And you've really just built on that.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the case. Again, slightly stealing from our COO in a recent talk, but we see in sort of YouTube videos, movies, console products that there's a massive demand for car racing, automotive content, and we believe that there's opportunities that exist on mobile, and we're just really passionate about. There's a lot of car nuts in the studio, and we're really passionate about just finding new ways to do that and deliver on our existing products as well, which we see a lot more potentially.
So do you have to be a car nut to work with Hutch?
No, and if that was a requirement, I'd not be speaking on this call. No, I think there are certain roles where a strong understanding of the genre, specifically design, is useful. But no, we don't have a hard requirement on that at all. Really, we just gravitate towards people who are passionate in their craft, and we really place a strong emphasis on servant leadership, autonomy, and people who we give people solutions to solve, not work to do. So these are the main things that we will interview for and assess in our recruitment. With people who like that level of autonomy will find a very happy home here, irrespective of whether you play racing games or far more casual or hardcore experiences.
Great. And I was just going to congratulate you on the Dundee office. That's where I'm from originally. So I think that's a sublime choice of location.
Thank you.
Great. So you're in the Discord. People can follow up
yes.
with you there.
Yep. Please do. I've been recruiting in games for 12 years. I feel as though I have some insights about how people might maximize the chances of finding roles if they're looking to break in, and I'd be very happy to at least share my opinions if people want to ask.
Great, much appreciated. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us, Dan.
Thank you. Cheers, Colin.
We'll see you in the Discord. Cheers. Bye for now. Great. Do jump on to the Discord. We've still got 2 companies to hear from, but go and chat to Dan from Hutch and chat to the other companies. The Discord is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you're not already in, it's pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. Do jump on and follow up with other questions. I saw those various content related questions that I probably didn't feel I could ask, but feel free to ask them in the Discord. So moving on, we've got 2 more brilliant companies. We've got another one that's local or relatively local to me. So let me just bring on Cameron from Axis Studios. Hey, hello. Cameron.
Can you hear me?
We can indeed. Cameron,
okay.
I'll just hand over to you.
Thank you. Hello. So, hi, I'm Cameron, and I'm from Axis Studios. For anyone that might not have heard of us, we're an animation company that's based in Glasgow, Scotland. The company's been around for just over 20 years now. We, last Christmas, when we could still gather together, celebrated our 20th anniversary. But I'm here today to talk a little about our real-time department, which is newer within the history of Axis. And I think the best way to kick that off is probably with the trailer for our work on Gears 5, which is the most recent game released that we've worked on. Okay, well, now you've seen the cool stuff, the showreel. I guess I can go into a little more depth about what we do in the real-time department, and that trailer serves as a good example. Our work on Gears 5 is quite a strong example of the type of work we take on in real time. This is, Gears was a long project where we work closely with the development team at the coalition, and at Axis we provide almost an extension to their own internal cinematics team, where we have people that take on some animation for the cinematics through to effects and lighting, and then at the same time we also optimize that so that it can perform on current gen hardware. In this case, it was targeted for Xbox One, and I think what we bring to the table here is merging the experience Axis has as a cinematics studio with the technological restrictions of working in a game engine in real time. So as a department, real time in Axis is relatively new. It's been something that Axis has looked into for quite some time, but in earnest we've been working on projects for maybe the past 4 years, and in that time it's gone from a smaller team to one that's grown quite rapidly and is still growing. The majority of our work is usually working on the things like Gears, where it's real-time cinematics that need to play an engine, and those are becoming much more common these days as games move away from pre-rendered cutscenes or ones that are written out to disk, and it requires more work, but that's where we come in and can offer that service. We're also expanding into more of that process. We've recently completed a project where we were taking it almost from the storyboard stage of the cinematic through to creating characters and assets, so through to final pictures, so the whole shebang. And alongside that, we've also been exploring what's possible with real time in terms of virtual production. So we've got our own virtual camera set up in the studio that we use to help with the previs on our pre-rendered projects, which is quite fun. So that being said, it's something that real time is something that is we're constantly looking for more people. There's a lot of projects starting now and they're already in development, and that means we're looking for more people. At this current time, we're mainly looking for real-time developers and real-time technical artists. So if you're interested, please do apply. But at the same time, we are looking for interested people. If you're interested in animation, lighting, effects, asset work, get in touch with our team, because there may not be something now, but there may be something down the road. And we work with a fantastic group of people, and I think you'd like us. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much my spiel. But we'll be on the Discord to answer some questions you might have.
Absolutely, yeah. No, and I mean, obviously you're a Scottish company. I know you reasonably well. You're famous. The number of games. I mean, it's not just Gears that you showed the trailer of, but you've worked on so many famous games.
That's definitely worth mentioning. As a studio, Axis works on a large range of stuff. The bulk of the work is in what you call pre-rendered, where it's a cinematic or a trailer for a game that's out for the advertising and is at like a higher level, whereas the real-time stuff is the cinematics in game that have to run on an Xbox. They maybe look a little notch down, but the technical work that goes into it is what makes it appealing for me.
Absolutely, great. A couple of questions coming through. Georgie here asking, basically part-time roles. Is that an option?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's how for reference, how I started at Axis was as a mentee. They do like a mentorship program with universities and schools in I think in Scotland mainly, but in my case, I first heard about Axis through Duncan and Johnston and Dundee University, where I studied, and I was lucky and got a mentorship at Axis, and they sort of took me in and showed me how things work, and here I am now working here happily for over 4 years.
Absolutely. A question about technologies that people should know, tools. What you're looking for people with experience of?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. So in real time, we're open to working with all of the big game engines. Most of our work is in Unreal Engine 4, or at this point, you're probably worth learning it, because it's if anybody's seen the new Unreal 5 stuff, it's fantastic. But that's where we do the bulk of our work. We're open to Unity, but we don't use that as much. Most of the games are in Unreal. As a studio, we use Maya for our animators, so that might be worth learning. But yeah, I would say Unreal's a great start.
Great. Okay, Cameron, thank you so much for joining us. That's been really interesting. One of your colleagues is in the Discord.
Yep. Yeah.
Great. So everyone, jump on, ask other questions. Sorry, I know there's other questions. I see there's more. I see that we've got a hair theme going on tonight. People are jealous of your hair. I'm jealous of your hair, as well as Chinmay from Boss Bunny's hair as well. So that'll just make me feel inadequate. But jump on, ask them anything else non-hair related in the Discord. Cameron, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Colin.
Cheers. Bye for now. Great. Do get on the Discord. Last chance. Address is pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live. Access, all the companies that have been on before are on there. They're on for about another half an hour. So they're all on there live to take all your follow-up questions. This is your last chance. And after that, it's really down to you to apply to the jobs that you're most interested in. So our next company and our last company for today, unfortunately, but it's definitely not the least, a world-famous company that everyone's going to know really well. And we're going back to Helsinki for this one. I'm very pleased to have Alexei from Rovio. Alexei.
Hey,
hello.
What's up, Colin?
Thank you for staying up so late. I know it's getting later and later there. So thank you for staying up. I'll just hand over to you.
No worries. Hey, y'all. So I have no slides or awesome video prepared, but that was pretty epic, I got to say. So I guess maybe it's safe to assume a lot of folks know Angry Birds. Yeah, been around for 10 years. I'll go through what I'm seeing the growth is going to be, what I'm seeing the direction is going to be. I'll go through kind of the big hiring that we're going to be doing probably in the next year. And then at the end, hopefully I'll get through this real quick and we'll have extra Q&A. And then after that, I won't be on the Discord. I promise my buds I'll play some games, gamer life. But LinkedIn is the place to go for me. I always respond to anything that's non-spam. You see my name spelled, how do I do this? Yeah, there, that'll do it. All right, Rovio, Angry Birds. Angry Birds, international brand, that's great. But now the studio is really looking to expand out of that. Right now we have 5 active studios. So we have 2 in Helsinki, 1 in Stockholm, 1 in Copenhagen, and a brand new one in Montreal. In Helsinki, that's the headquarters. We have the biggest studio is the puzzle studio. So that's creating your match games, your casual games, that sort of thing. We released Dream Blast last year, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's one of the most popular games we've ever had ever. It's a basic match mechanic, but it has a brand new core and it has physics built into it, and it has machine learning built into it to help with difficulty, right? If you're a really skilled player or you're a new player, it's going to learn from your playing. Also in that studio, the big push now is to go into narrative meta games. So there's going to be like a match 3 core to it, but there's going to be a narrative on top of it. And I'm seeing a little bit of teasing of kind of hidden object-y type stuff going on too. I would say if you want to see a sample of the direction we're going, check out Small Town Murders. That's the one that's That's the first one that we've tried. There's already a second one in development, and there's a third one that's in concept stage right now. That is going to be one of our major hiring pushes for next year and the end of this year, is finding designers, particularly designers that have experience in content. Our design director in that studio, Tim, his philosophy behind level design is he doesn't want level designers to just be churning out content, right? There's like a burnout factor to that. So we have our level designers, especially in that studio, being very active participants in the core, in the meta, everything going forward. So you really get to leave your mark. The other studio in Helsinki is Battle Studio. It's a smaller one, and that's focusing on mid-core multiplayer. The game to check out there, which is soft launched, is Hard Head Squad. It's a 4X strategy game, and the goal there is to become the most accessible 4X game. So UX is going to be a huge push in hiring, not just in that studio, but Rovio wide. I've talked to a lot of UX people lately, and the general sort of feeling that I'm getting is that games tend to actually be behind in UX. So I think now Rovio is not the only company to realize that. So this is a great time to join Rovio or perhaps any other game company, because UX is being more valued. And especially people that maybe have experience outside of games, I think that you have a better shot of breaking in. The games industry can be pretty insular and pretty, cliquey, but UX is a great way to break in. Stockholm, Lean RPGs. That's the studio that made Angry Birds 2. So that's still running live ops there. It's a bit of a unique setup because we got to keep Angry Birds 2 going. It's the big money maker. It's the game that everyone knows and loves. But then all the new developments are going to be in Lean RPGs. That has a lot of art needs. We're looking for a production director there. That's also a smaller studio. Copenhagen is more robust mid-core RPGs. It was actually an acquisition, Darkfire Games. So that's not growing too much. I think we're looking for performance marketing. We're looking for a producer there. But that's just showing Rovio's dedication to moving into that RPG genre. And then the last thing, which is the wild card, is the Montreal studio. It's like the moonshot to me. They're like mad scientists over there. They're figuring out, like, it's the Futureplay, right? They're figuring out what next gen stuff can we do. Is it going to be crossplay? Is it going to be? Who knows? So that, I think, is going to pay off in a couple years, and that's just the very, very beginning of growth there. So obviously, it's very, very senior, very, very leadership oriented people that we're looking for over there. So, in a nutshell, Angry Birds is not going away anytime soon, but we want to add to that. From a brand perspective, everyone knows Angry Birds, even outside of games, but not everyone knows Rovio. So it's kind of like that. What's the Riot and League of Legends syndrome, right? We want to make sure that it's that there's more than one brand, there's more than one thing that we're doing, and who knows what's going to catch on, right? Rovio makes hits, that's a guaranteed, but I think now we're open to taking more risk. As far as working with Rovio, I know this is a careers day, so often we get new grads and that sort of thing. I'll just answer that question right away. Rovio does internships, we do traineeships, but those are for people who are local to where the studio is, and that's usually in the summer. Aside from that, if you are like a mid-level person or even like a junior person that has some experience, yeah, there's plenty of opportunities for that, especially in our actively growing sectors like level design, UX, performance marketing, and art. So those are it's always worth it to apply, always worth it to connect. And one thing I will say, you can probably tell by my accent, I'm from the States, y'all. So I've seen how the games industry is over there, and I compare it to what Rovio does, and I'd say there's a lot of heart. In the States, I've seen the criteria to get the job can be very, very strict. You have to have done the exact thing that the company wants to hire you for. You have to have 8 billion years experience for entry level. What I found is that Rovio tends to be very open to hiring people to, yes, you have a core experience with something, but you could learn something else, right? You don't need to be every single thing on the job description. And what that tells me is that we're realistic. And what that does is people end up staying for a very, very long time. And we end up breeding a lot of loyalty here, and we end up promoting from within quite a bit. So this is definitely a place where if you're looking to settle down, you want to stay for a while, it is a great place to do that. And last plug I'll say is like Finland. Finland's a great, awesome place. It's so chill, so relaxed, so safe, so affordable. So pitch done. Oh, you gave me the thing to shut up. I saw.
you were mid flow of telling us all about all the different projects underway. I didn't want to do it too early. No, that's been brilliant. Thank you for telling us so much about all that, Alexei. And yeah, we've had Futureplay from Helsinki on as well. It's a favourite city of mine. Not that I go around the world visiting churches, but you have the coolest church in the world, the underground church.
The Rock Church.
The Rock Church, that's it, yeah. So a bunch of great sites to go and visit in Helsinki for anyone that's visiting or gets to come and work with you there. You mentioned the Montreal studio. We actually did a Games Jobs Live Montreal event. So I've forgotten his name, but your studio manager from Montreal presented. So anyone that's interested in that studio, go back and have a look at our Montreal event, and you'll find out more about Rovio Montreal. Just to pick up on one question from the chat, asking about 3D artists in the RPG studio. Are you looking for them?
At the moment, the RPG studio doesn't have those sort of needs. We have a UI artist that we need, a visual development artist, and a marketing artist. For 3D artist, Puzzle Studio would love to have you.
Great, there you go. So you mentioned you're not in the Discord, but people can ping you on LinkedIn is the best way to get hold of you.
Yeah, but hey, go Discord. There's tons of great stuff going on there. I checked it out for a minute, but you know.
No, we know it's late there, and there's fun to be had. So we don't want to hold you up there.
Got to play the games. Got to play the games.
Absolutely, Alexei. Thank you so much for joining us. That's been great.
Thanks, Colin.
Go and have some fun.
All right. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, that is all our companies for this evening. So we've got about 15-20 minutes left. Most of them are on the Discord, so do jump on and get your last questions in. But ultimately, this is about getting jobs with those companies. So do apply to whichever ones, to all of them that tickled your fancy. They have joined us today. They've taken time out because they are looking for great people. So get your applications in. Persistence and taking a chance is half the criteria of getting things done. So do apply to some of these great companies that we've heard from today. Thank you so much to them all for taking part. Just to remind you, we've had Axis Studios, Boss Bunny Games, Futureplay, Hutch Games, Huuge Games, Hypixel Studios, Rovio, and Ubisoft Abu Dhabi. Thank you so much to all of them for sponsoring and taking part and making today possible. That's been a great event. I'm hoping to hear people get jobs with all of them very soon. I'd also like to reiterate my thanks to everyone at Pocket Gamer Connects. I don't know if there's still Pocket Gamer Connects events going on, but do check out the Discord and see what else they've got going on, as well as their next event, which is in February, I think. So lots of great stuff going on there. If you've enjoyed this, please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And our next event is coming up next week. It's actually a very UK-focused event. It's targeted at people mostly still at school or college that are looking to get into the games industry, thinking about their first steps, maybe a university course. So that's next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. UK time. So subscribe to this channel and check it out then. Otherwise, that's us done for today. You can catch the studios for another 15-20 minutes in the Discord. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll hopefully see you next time. Thank you. Bye.